So, I was waking up from my midday nap about, what, 20 or so minutes ago. And somebody tagged me on Instagram in a post. And the post was for the Mayweather versus McGregor press tour. Now, it says Mayweather versus McGregor press tour open to the public Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Monday is going to be, well, it's rumored or said to be in the Los Angeles, in the Staples Center. Tuesday in Houston, Toyota Center. Wednesday, Toronto Air Canada Center. New York in the Barclays Center, July the 13th, which is a Thursday. Then Friday in London, to be determined. Now, of course, you know, I've been doing this for quite some time now. So the first thing I thought to myself, well, wait a minute, let me go check my email. And then the next thing you do is you go check Mayweather's social media. You go check McGregor's social media. You go check Showtime's social media. You know, that's just common sense. So even though I may have posted it on my Instagram, it's like, well, you got to be a no good son of a bitch scumbag to post some shit like that and it not be true, right? Now, it's like this, right? We know that a press tour is happening, but from what I've learned is that the press tour can't happen until they secure the venue, because it's like when you do a press tour, you're promoting an event to sell tickets and whatnot and everything. The first thing that happens during a press tour is, you know, they'll tell you, okay, well, tickets will be on sale at this time and yada, yada, yada. You can pick up tickets from such and such and such and such. That's usually what a press conference is, and a press tour is just a series of press conferences. And basically, you know, the fighters will appear on, you know, shit like USA Today, ESPN, Fox Sports, you know, things like that. So, automatically, I was skeptical, but I said, well, fuck it, I'm going to post it anyway. So, if you don't know, I'm T-Street Controversy. This is T-Street Controversy Live. I cover every single major fight live. We've already started our campaign. We have reached out to several friends, affiliates, and basically some pretty powerful people and some friends I've made over the last several years to increase our chances to be able to cover this fight as media. I'm going to be going to Las Vegas for an entire month. I'm actually in the final phases of booking my trip. So let's talk about the fight. It's supposed to be on August the 26th on Showtime pay-per-view. You know what they're going to do? They're going to say it's going to be, well, yeah, the pay-per-view is going to be $100, but don't be surprised if they do it $100 for fucking standard definition, and you end up paying some shit like $109.95 for the actual fight. Now, here's another thing that's bothersome to me is that people are not realists. Even though you may feel that the fight is a joke, you're going to buy the fight. Or if you're not buying the fight, you're going to be somewhere where somebody else is at, because guess what? A Mayweather fight is a holiday, especially when you have a Mayweather-McGregor fight. It's going to be a holiday. It's going to be barbecues, and wherever you go, somebody's going to be watching the fight. The people are going to be at the supermarkets getting their fucking Gucci flip-flops, and they're getting everything. And factor in that, from my understanding and from what I've learned, is that they're not counting on the boxing fans to buy this fight, because the boxing fans know it's a joke. They're going for the money grab. The UFC fans, the mixed martial arts fans, the Irish, the Conor McGregor fans who really think that Conor McGregor has a chance. And let's face it, he does have a punch. Everybody has a puncher's chance, right? Everybody has a puncher's chance. But the biggest issue I have with the fight is, as media, my job is to cover and to promote the fight. And I have no issues doing that whatsoever. But the thing is, you have Mayweather, who's 49-0, going against a guy who's 0-0. So if you look at it, he doesn't, I said it before, he doesn't even have a 1 to give him. I feel that it shouldn't be 450-0. It shouldn't be 450-0. And then for crying out loud, the WBC is already going to make a belt for it. So let me fuck your head up a little bit with some words of truth, especially to the hardcore boxing fans. Let's say, now just think in the back of your head, in an alternate reality, you know, and the world will probably turn into cosmic dust if this was to happen. But think about if McGregor was to beat Mayweather. He would be Jamel Charlo's mandatory for the WBC 154-pound title. Crazy shit, right? Crazy shit. And if it was at 147, he would be Keith Thurman's mandatory. But the fight is taking place at 154, August the 26th, on Showtime pay-per-view. As I said, don't be surprised if it's 109.95. And even though you don't want to watch it, you're going to be watching it because it's a spectacle. You heard Mayweather Promotions CEO Leonard Ellerbe saying, you know, everywhere he went, everywhere he was going, people were always talking about, wow, you're going to make the fight? You're going to make that fight? You know, the buzz was high for it, even if it's for the wrong reasons. And so it's like this, right? Shit is about to start picking up real soon. I want to ask her, but she's stupid. Hey, Siri. Hey Siri, how many days until August the 26th?
It's 52 days until then.
Yeah, see, we got 52 days. So imagine for shit to start picking up soon, as far as social media, as far as television promos, as far as you're gonna see, Mayweather and McGregor via satellite at some time soon on ESPN. Let's face it, we know that this press tour is very important because this is what's going to really sell the fight, or more so, people's going to feel this is the fight. McGregor has a mouthpiece on him. Dude can sell the shit out of a fight, so he's going to be talking some shit. The press conferences are going to be crazy, and of course I'm going to be there. If this schedule is true, if it is true, for Monday, let me repeat, for Monday in Los Angeles, Tuesday in Houston, Wednesday in Toronto, Thursday in New York, Friday in London. We have a guaranteed 3 of those 5 dates covered. And a possible 4. Toronto, I would have to really, really pull some strings, so I don't think that's going to happen. But if it's true, you have to wonder, well, why did they pick Houston? Okay, well, they want to go after that Mexican fan base. And then why did they pick Toronto? So looking at it, it does look kind of shady, but however, who came up with this? So it's looking like no matter what, if Mayweather wins or loses, he's not even going to retire. Now, I understand that it's rubbing people the wrong way when I say, if Mayweather loses, but I'm just saying, in this world, especially when we see that shit that happened with Pacquiao, and remember, you have to factor in, there's a lot of political shit going on with this fight where you have boxing versus the UFC, right? So look above Mayweather versus McGregor and look at the point that is boxing versus UFC. So you have to think that Conor McGregor has some very powerful backing behind him. Billionaire backing behind him. You see what I'm saying? Now, another factor is Mayweather can't go the distance with him, right? He can't go 12 rounds with Conor McGregor because people are going to be like, oh, he went 12 rounds with an MMA fighter who has a record of 0-0. But at the same time, he can't knock him out in the first round. Now, for the casuals, we'll say, well, Mayweather's not knocking people out. He don't knock people out no more. Well, the reason why he hasn't been knocking people out is mostly because he's been very careful of his hands. Remember, Mayweather has very, very brittle hands. And during that Showtime contract, he was required to fight 2 times per year. And he also wears special orthopedic gloves. So common sense would tell you that he was more concerned about winning the fight in his hands than going out there knocking guys out. Right? To make sure that he wasn't going to have to go on a 1 year or whatever layoff. So when it comes to McGregor, he can actually really sit on his punches and afford. Not saying that he wants to, but the word is, and it's been like this for years now, that Mayweather has very, very bad hands as far as like pain. You can even go back to one of the HBO 24/7s, I believe it was Ricky Hatton, where he talked in detail about it. How he has to get treatments on his hands like every day. Like to start his days, because his shit be all fucking locked up. Or he'll wake up, shit just be just fucking locked up. Like this, like, And in some videos, some interviews, you would see that, like his hand, you can see this shit. But that's inside information shit. They're not really inside, but if you know as much boxing as I do and much about Floyd Mayweather, you know this type of shit. So when it comes to a guy like Conor McGregor, and Mayweather probably will fight again, but probably not for another year or so, he's going to get this money grab, then he can afford to sit on his punches against a guy like Conor McGregor, because for damn sure he can't go no 12 rounds. And if he goes some goddamn 12 rounds with Conor McGregor, I better hear you hardcore Mayweather supporters clowning for it. By the way, McGregor's starting to look a lot better in camp. Also, there's been rumors that a lot of the content he's been putting out there has been old content, and they've been doing like a reverse psychology type of thing to make people think that he's really not as good, as as he probably is. Now, once again, don't twist my words up. Mayweather is a Hall of Fame boxer. One of the greatest boxers of our generation. Not the greatest fighter of all time, but one of the greatest boxers of our generation and one of the best defensive fighters of all time. You may say, well, how can Conor McGregor hit him if Oscar De La Hoya, Miguel Cotto, Manny Pacquiao, Ricky Hatton, Shane Mosley, Oscar, and the list goes on, couldn't hit him? How can Conor McGregor do it? Well, there's something called karma. And I've always been one of them people that went with my mind or with my heart when it comes to like certain fights and everything like that. And I tell you this, hey, listen. Everybody has a puncher's chance. Especially when you do something as risky as this. You better make sure you beat this motherfucker. You know, Mayweather, what? Like I said, the world would explode in the cosmic dust if fucking Conor McGregor was to do some shit like this. So you got to think that he's taking this shit very, 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 very seriously. And Floyd knows exactly what he can lose. That's why we know that Floyd don't need no 8-week training camp. You know, truth be told, Floyd can just go, just get in shape. Not even train. Get in shape and still probably beat Conor McGregor. Let's keep it 100. But he's having a fucking training camp to make sure. You know? So it's like this. Don't be a fraud. You're going to watch the fight. Stop lying to yourself. The only thing I ask is this. It's like this. As somebody who works in boxing now, you know, I'm above like being a boxing fan now. As somebody who works in the business now, as somebody who interviews fighters and gets to events, no matter how many, no matter on what scale, still, you have to support the sport. You see what I'm saying? You have to support the sport. So if you buy this fight, then I know they may not want me to say it, but you gotta buy Canelo versus Golovkin. You got to. If you buy this, you gotta put it this way. It should be already Canelo Golovkin should already be in your budget because you know you're gonna be at some barbecue. Stop lying to yourself. You're gonna be somewhere watching this fight. Even though you may be mad to myself, man, this is a joke and all that shit. Drinking your Tecate or your fucking Tanqueray or whatever the fuck you drink. Maybe for the fucking drunkards, the winos, some Night Train, some Mad Dog 2020. You know? And for the urbans with some Four Loko, what's the shit now? You know the chicks be drinking those fucking Budweiser fucking strawberry Rita shits? Your drunk ass gonna be watching this fight somewhere. And they're gonna be talking about, oh my God, Floyd fight tonight? We watching the fight at girl. Thoughtin'. Right? Trying to find a way to watch the fight because you don't have that 109.95. What are you gonna be doing? Do you understand that this shit is snowballing? It's getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and you just don't even know it. Or you're not paying attention to it. So imagine once we get 30 days away from the fight. Shit's going to be crazy. Don't you know that they're working on all these kind of promos and everything? You know, imagine All Access, Showtime, 3 episodes, and then they have an epilogue, All Access, The Life. You know, Mayweather shit called The Life versus The Mac Life. Oh, I'm prepared. I made sure that we started July. I made sure that we started July on a ball, as you can see. I made sure that we're going to cover the shit out of this fight. You know, we're going to have written content. We already working on exclusive promos, exclusive interviews from fucking, from Lennox Lewis. You know, I'm going to Vegas for a whole month, not going out there for fucking vacation, to work and to have some high-profile ass fucking meetings. T Street is making some major moves. You know? On T Street Controversy, this is T Street Controversy Live. I haven't even begun. Listen, shit's going to get bad around here. I've warned you. You know, once this shit starts to kick off, we got, what, a few more days left. We're 52 days away from the fight. How many, say Siri. Hey Siri. How many days until August the 26th?
It's 52 days until then.
You heard my bitch. Thank you, Siri. All right. I'm T Street Controversy. This is T Street Controversy Live. Please subscribe.